Good evening. Welcome to Cavalcade on this beautiful fall night. It's October finally, and the leaves are changing colors outside. And we are excited for you to join our show this evening.
Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Hello, Cavalcade, friends, family. Welcome to the October Variety Show. And boy, oh boy, do we have some variety. We are going to do things a little backwards tonight, huh? Get it? A little backwards. We're going to pivot from our normal format. We're going to bring you some of the videos you're used to, some of the songs recorded by our friends here at Cavalcade, and some of the wonderful performers that we've been bringing to you for the last several months. Cavalcade Variety Show at home, but also our friend Colin Purser has filmed lots of people, interviewed them about the history of Cavalcade, and we're going to intersperse that throughout the show that you're going to watch here. And in addition to that, one thing that we've really been missing here at Cavalcade since March is all of our touring musicians, these acts that are great musicians that are out there showing the world their talent, and they've kind of been impacted by this. So we're taking some of those performances that were filmed here at Cavalcade, and we're gonna show you guys them. Hopefully, you know these guys. If you don't, I'm glad you're gonna get to see them. Check them out. I'm gonna tell you who all you're gonna be seeing tonight. So get excited. Our friend Keith is gonna be performing for you tonight. Rick and Luke, Avery, Larry, Greg, Kirk, and Lyndsey, all performers here at Cavalcade that you know. Also, we're going to have our friends Pretty Gritty, a film that Colin made of a live performance they did here. Also Shell, a great band out of Fort Collins, also Nashville. Victor and Penny, another great duo that have played here. Our friends in Paper Bird, you'll see them here tonight during the show, and Jackie Myers, all great musicians that we've had stellar shows here, and now you get to taste them, and hopefully we'll get to see some of these folks and some other live music back pretty soon. With all that being said, get ready for a great show. Thanks for tuning in. Enjoy it.
It's weird because now that we know everybody so well, and it's not just these two guys, I can't it's too much to get into almost, how this all came about really, but I don't know how to start. Josh and Max wanted to rent this building because we all hung out around downtown Fruita, and they wanted a place to hang out in downtown Fruita.
So it was a series of failed businesses. One or two businesses were in there, and it was vacant. And Josh and Max were at the coffee shop where they tended to congregate, and saw across the street and hatched the idea like, maybe we should rent it, hang out, put some couches in there, ping pong table, watch movies, make it Fruita's living room, and then they actually did it.
3. People steal, they cheat and lie for wealth and what it will buy. Don't they know on the judgment day that the gold and silver will melt away? I'd rather be in a deep dark grave and know that my poor soul was saved than to live in this world in a house of gold and deny my God and doom my soul. What good is gold and silver too when your heart's not good and true? Sinner, hear me when I say, fall down on your knees and pray. I'd rather be in a deep dark grave and know that my poor soul was saved than to live in this world in a house of gold and deny my God and doom my soul and deny my God and doom my soul.
They hired. I think they just asked a bunch of graffiti artists to come over, and they did up the walls, and it freaked a bunch of people out. There were aliens and skulls, and it was a pretty cool thing. But they had tore down a bunch of walls and things, and there's a few things you have to do to become a legitimate place that's open to the public. That that the powers that be want you to jump through a couple hoops. The city, as I understand it, was very into what was happening. So they just said, "Hey, we want to help you. Let's do this. What are you? Let's document this. Let's get you official." And I think it could be that maybe the joy had wore off and it started to become more of a chore. And
I called you and you were on board, and you said that we needed to keep this place because it was gold. It was amazing. It was magical. And we figured we'd have it be somewhere along the lines of mirth, but actually do something and do some structured things there.
so you got with us, group of friends, and said, hey, can we do this? Do you think can you pledge support in case we can't make this happen? Can we make this happen? And I thought for sure, 6 months. Well, yeah, we'll do this fun thing for 6 months.
Simple as this is, it never is enough. I remember when last time, don't forget. Moving always so still through these days in my life, it's so strange. I remember you in the darkness of your
gonna play the safe side, feeling all my pride fading. Steady reaching for a moment where I'm feeling like I'm fully in it. I'm not gonna play the safe side, feeling all my pride fading. Steady reaching for a moment, feeling like I'm fully in it. Almost done, settled down. You were sewn in on the left side with a pin in my like a voodoo needle. Almost done, not my style. How could you live in a love denial when you knew what it was? I'm not gonna live a simple life when I'm not a simple woman. I'm just trying to live my best life. No, I never meant to hurt you. Almost done, settled down. You were sewn in on the left side with a pin in my like a voodoo needle. Almost done, not my style. How could you live in a love denial when you know what it is? You know, you know, you know, you know, you know. You know, you know, you know what it is. You know, you know, you know, you know, you know. You know, you know, you know what it is.
The founding fathers, Max and Josh, they had an idea. And with that idea, they made a space. And with spaces come other ideas. And when you and Michelle became a part of that space, it just opened up so many more ideas.
Hi, this is Larry Stelmach, and I want to first of all welcome you to the October show. Thanks to everybody who puts this together. Really appreciate it. And miss you all at the Cavalcade and can't wait to get back together with you. Hoping it happens soon. Hope you're all healthy, and just want to send out my love to you, and hope you enjoy this song. This is Sarah Smile by Hall & Oates.
really loved about the early days was how resources just seemed to present themselves. It seemed like we had paint, we had some hours to put into some elbow grease, we had some time to work and talk and explore some of those ideas. And the resource started to become really important to manifesting those ideas. Were we going to pack the place? Were we going to have anybody show up? Was anybody really that interested in what we were doing? You know, it didn't seem to matter. We were interested.
I do one funny thing, I guess I was thinking, that I love about the beginnings of Cavalcade is that once it became Cavalcade, so we had a venue and a stage, and we needed a green room, and my first thought was the green room needs to be orange. And Jared and I argued all day long while we painted the green room orange.
This one is going to feature our drummer on a solo. His name is Jay Warren. He's kind of fancy. And the last one, despite me not introducing him, featured Nate Hinojosa. And I thought he made a pretty fancy solo there, so let's give him a little bit. crazy for you. But your lines all went missing. Who you talking to? And now you're saying, baby, I'm crazy, crazy for you. Not every cat's got sight to taste rice to field after field. Some of us got more on our minds than a meal. So if you rather jump than run, you got to let me know soon, right before I move on. Hey, you got to let me know soon, right before I move on. You got to let me know soon, right before I move on.
Hey everyone, gonna give you an oldie from me from many moons ago. I got Penny over there. Hello, Penny. She won't come over, she's too shy. But anyway, this is called You Are. You're the bright star leading me home, my companion, so I don't feel alone. You're the fire keeping me warm. You're the needle through the eye of the storm. You're the sunset, you make the sky blue. You're the compass, keeping me true. You're the lighthouse, cuts through the dark. You're the shooting star, I'll follow your arm. I've taken my chances, and you stopped the fall. My hell was screaming, you had to call. Now I've got reason, I call on my strength. I set out on my journey, and it's you at the end. You are the reason that I don't run aground. You keep on shining when there's darkness around. You are the reason, the light in my day.
fast forward a couple months, and it was July. We did the variety show Seed, which was the Cullen Purser concert. And it suddenly became very apparent that we were going to need equipment. We were going to need sound equipment. We were going to need cabling. We were going to need speakers. We were going to need seating. The logistics started to sink in, and although we didn't ever have to resort to stealing, we really had to scrounge to put something together that was show-worthy, that, you know, microphones and stands, and we had a couch and a really cool lamp and some other lamps that weren't so cool, but they provided some light.
I remember early on we would have shows and there wouldn't be anybody there. There'd be a handful of people there at most, mostly us. But on a Saturday night, going outside and standing, we used to stand on the little things, I don't know what you call them, the rocks around, the ledges around that little sitting area out front, and thinking it's a Saturday night and there's like 2 cars on the street. That's insane. And now, on a Saturday night, you can't find a parking spot down there. So I don't think it's all due to Cavalcade, but I'd like to think that it became kind of a hip place to be because of what we did.
I don't know if this is something you want in your movie, but honestly, we used to stand in the middle of the intersection on Aspen and Mulberry and drink a beer just because we could. And because there was never going to be a car passing by. There was never going to be anyone around that was going to see us or think that that was bad or whatever. There was just no one around. So just for fun, we'd go stand out in the middle of the street, like, and drink a beer. And so, but now, I mean, obviously you could never do that now. But definitely I feel like I know I'm part of making this happen, so I don't want to sound arrogant, obviously, but I think that Cavalcade really helped bring more culture to this town, more art and culture, and make it a focus of this town, but aside from just the mountain biking, which is a wonderful thing. But we all need art and culture and music too, and somewhere for it to happen and somewhere for us to share it. And it's just been great, I feel like, for this town. I feel like it's one of many components that has helped put this town on the map over the last 8 years. And there's no more drinking beer in the street.
Okay. So yeah, when Dan and I were trying to figure out where to move, and we wanted to open a homebrew supply shop and brewery, so we ended up coming through Fruta, and we really saw what the town was about. There's a few things happening around town that seemed like it gave the town a nice soul, and Cavalcade was definitely a key component in that. We liked all the art that was happening there and the live music, and that helped make our decision to pick Fruta. And here we are.
Someone exactly like you. And why should we spend money on a show or two when no one knows those love scenes exactly like you?
You make me feel so grand, I want to give the world to you. You seem to understand each foolish little dream I'm dreaming, scheme I'm scheming. Now I know why mother taught me to be true. She meant me for someone exactly like you.
mistake about it. I've been saving myself for you. No need to go to a picture show or find something to do. No man in Hollywood's exactly like you.
You make me feel so grand. I want to give the world to you.
Oh, yeah?
You seem to understand each foolish little dream I'm dreaming, scheme I'm scheming. Now I know my mother taught me to be true. She meant me for someone exactly like you. Oh, she meant me for someone. She meant me for someone. She meant me for someone exactly like you.
Thank you. I remember it wasn't too far after you had opened. I was at Suds Brothers just having dinner with some people, and I ran into some other people, and they said, hey, yeah, after this we're going to go to Cavalcade and check out the show. And at that moment my heart almost stopped, because I thought, oh my gosh, you can have dinner and get entertainment all in one evening in Fruita, in the downtown. This is amazing. So that to me was the game changer.
And I honestly can say, and I remember feeling a little hesitant, thinking, I wonder what this is like. It looks like a smaller venue. It's a long period of time. What if I go in and I don't want to be rude and leave? I remember having some of those thoughts. And then I remember going, and this perfect flow of one act after another, and this MC who just kept me laughing in between, and getting to know, felt like you could get to know the performers. But what blew me away was the talent was amazing. I did not expect to go and see that much talent that I would normally, it would be just like paying lots of money to go to multiple concerts to see all these different types of performers, all in one after another, that flowed so nicely. And I think there were probably close to 20 different performers in one night, and it flowed perfectly, and it was an awesome experience, and my wife and I just thoroughly enjoyed it and instantly started inviting friends to go to the variety shows that were coming up the next months.
All right, so I wasn't around for the beginning of the Cavalcade thing, but showed up to one of the variety shows, and Cullen was showing a movie about someone who wanted to spend more time of their life making music with friends, and I thought, hey, I used to do that and I'm not doing it anymore, so I need to make more music with friends. So I started picked up a guitar and started playing and started gathering friends, and so far I've been trying to play with as many people there as I can. I'm not a very good guitar player, but I can sing all right, so I make someone else play guitar, form a band for the night, just have some fun, enjoy the whole thing. It's great. It's been a great addition. Now I'm writing songs, playing more guitar, making more music, having a great time.
I got up one morning and then I lay back down, 'cause I couldn't see to find my way. I said there's nothing more to like, and he handed me a bike, and I rode away and never heard him say, one foot in the moment, one foot in the grave. You must learn to ride in sunshine even on the cloudiest of days. I met a man along the way who time had left behind, or he had left and walked the other way. The clothes against his skin protected him from sin, but his heart had darkened on his way. One foot in the moment, one foot in the grave. You must learn to ride in sunshine even on the cloudiest of days. Then one dark and stormy night, or a sunny afternoon, in the middle of the winter, or was it spring? It happened to a friend wheels and turn the other way. The fire of the horizon as my prize. The holes are riddled through the best of me and you, and the stories are written in the eyes. One foot in the moment, one foot in the grave. You must learn to ride in sunshine even on the cloudiest of days. One foot in the moment, one foot in the grave. You must learn to ride in sunshine even on the cloudiest of days.
I think it's funny that Janine in the beginning was like, this is your thing, you know, Colin, go at it, you do your thing, I will support you, but, you know, I don't need to be involved. And now here we are 8 years later, and Janine is like totally the face of Cavalcade and, you know, takes care of it, which is beautiful.
Yeah, so this is social media. Again, we have a friend who posted on Facebook, oh, this is one of my coworkers' nieces, this band. And I just happened to click on it and I thought they were amazing. And so then I commented on her Facebook post, oh, I'd love to have these girls come and play. And I looked them up, reached out to them, told them there was some sort of connection, and that's how that worked out. And they're incredible. Like, they were amazing, and they had a little bit of a local tie here because their sister is a professor at the college and sold out show. Like, it was awesome.
Like a coward, you delight in my pain. Tell me, why'd you call my name? Why'd you call my name? Let my heart stay.
real show with Milagros. Contract writers, pineapple juice, 5 towels, you know, snacks. Everybody.
They got there and we greeted them and made them feel welcome, and then they couldn't believe we had gotten all the things on the rider, because I guess evidently that's not something that usually happens. It's just like the big hope list, and then maybe you get one of the things on there.
Everybody came together. We catered the show. We actually found people on the street and bought their tickets for them just to have some people. Christina is the one that I remember the most vividly. And just things seemed to be working. They seemed to be transforming into an environment where ideas can manifest, can thrive. After those first few variety shows, your concert and the first few variety shows, and then the Milagros concert, it was amazing. We were really tight. Everybody involved, spending a lot of time late at night, dreaming some more. We did some tinkering. We fiddled with things like this. Worked on that piano that came from across the street. Didn't have a lot of pride in the town, you know. Helped my parents with some HOA type stuff. Did some things with some friends, but there was never really this tight community. And all of a sudden I felt that. Felt super inspired by that. Really wanted to give back, and spent a lot of time when I was unemployed giving back to that, because it was important and it was feeding people, and I guess selfishly, it was feeding me.
You had talked about, me and Cullen hung out a lot, and Cullen was making guitars at the time, before we did this. And he'd always pitched this idea to me about having this place where there was a monthly variety show. And I thought, oh, this is cool, we could have that show Cullen's talked about. And I never thought that we would be here 8 years later, still doing it, making a go of it.
It was a physical manifestation of what we all felt and we needed. And we had heart, a heart that was beating for a purpose. And I will never forget the possibility that I felt in those early days. I just felt like an idea and enough time and enough work and enough people to come together, and you finally have an idea that works. And it doesn't always run perfectly smooth, but it runs.
Well, that's our show for tonight, folks. I think it was a great show. We had a lot of performances by folks here in our friend circle here at Cavalcade. We've also had some of our performers who've performed in the past that Colin filmed. Our performers, without the performers here at Cavalcade, and Zephyr Stage, the variety show, and the concerts we've had, without those performers, Cavalcade wouldn't be anything. So we want to stress how thankful we are for the performers, for giving of their talents and their time to dedicate to Cavalcade, sometimes just for a few slices of pizza and 3 or 4 folks in here in the early days, to packed houses at some of the variety shows. So this really wouldn't happen without the performers and without you folks at home. So we want to thank everybody for participating here at Cavalcade. So thanks, and we'll see you in November.
Chicken bone, chicken bone. She left me all alone. Feel the thorn. Used to be my good girl. Now my little bird has flown with the bone. Well, she used to be my good girl. All I have a chicken bone. Chicken bone. Chicken bone. Chicken bone. Little chicken bone. Chicken bone. What's that, a rooster? Well, chicken bone, chicken bone, chicken bone. That was in chicken bone. Now you're probably all hungry, aren't you?